Annual Greater New Orleans Adult Education Graduation Ceremony. My name is Hal Clark. It's a pleasure to have had an opportunity to be here once again with you for the 14th straight year. And we are very, very happy today to celebrate the graduates of 2021. We'll have some sign language interpretation done today by T-NOLA Languages, so make certain to pay attention to that. We will begin with a rendition of Lift Every Voice, sung by Troy Bechet. She is founder and CEO of the Center for Restorative Approaches. Troy.
Lift every voice and sing till heaven ring with harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory. Let us march on till victory. Let us march on till victory is won. Is won.
Absolutely beautiful. And now here for the invocation, we'll have Sister Mary Sartor of St. Vincent de Paul Adult Learning Center.
Let us pray. Loving God, look with kindness on your people gathered virtually and live today to celebrate these men and women who have achieved their HiSET diploma. As these graduates begin a new chapter in their life, give them the grace and the love they need, that they may make a positive difference wherever they go, whether continuing in education or entering the workforce. Give them confidence and courage as they carry out your plan for them. Bless these graduates and all who supported and encouraged them along the way. May all use their gifts to be a blessing for the world. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Sister. And now to do a reading for this special occasion, poet Leslie Honore.
For the graduates, for the ones putting on a cap and gown today with no loud behind their names, no scholarships or acceptances, no world-praised accomplishments, the ones who weren't first in their class, the ones from homes that don't look like Norman Rockwell paintings, the ones who never had their grit graded, their survival celebrated, the ones who barely made it. Today, we applaud you too. for making it through a year where the adults didn't have the answers. The politicians abandoned you, a year when the world turned upside down. The ones who didn't have Wi-Fi or a laptop or a safe space to hope and dream and learn. There will be decades where the world begs for your forgiveness, for making you take tests, for pressuring you to make a grade when you struggled to make sense of feeling scared, helpless, anxious, lonely. For the ones who couldn't turn the camera on, afraid to show the chaos, embarrassed of the lack, deducted participation points for not fully engaging, even though the pandemic was raging. For the ones barely scraping by a passing, moving on autopilot, on ancestors whispering into their souls, we see you too. Without rainbow colored cords around your neck, without the markers of success that centers productivity, white supremacy, today is for you too. Bullhorns for you too. Lays and confetti and balloons for you too. Money in a grandma's handshake for you too. Aunties baking cakes for you too. Uncles in socks and sandals at a grill for you too. Shining your name, singing your name, screaming your name, even though we are supposed to wait until all the names are called. You are special too. We are proud of you too, for not giving up, for surviving. It was enough. You are enough. Today is for you too.
Leslie, really appreciate that. And now here to give opening remarks, we have Judge Robin D. Pittman. She is a native of New Orleans, and she has been serving as judge for Orleans Parish Criminal District Court, Section F, since January of 2009. Judge Pittman, thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna pop in. I'm the tech person. Judge Pittman, you're muted. So if you could unmute, thank you. So sorry, can you start over?
Good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm Judge Pittman from Criminal District Court, and I'm here this morning to congratulate all of today's graduates. Congratulations, you did it. I know you've worked so hard to get to where you are today. And there are so many people that are here to support you, and there are so many people that wish that they were in your shoes. And so there are three things that I'd like you to remember today. And that is one, you should take pride in how far you've come. You should have faith in how far you can and will go. And finally, you should enjoy the journey. Your graduation is such a big deal to all of us today, and that's why we are here on this beautiful Saturday morning. We need you to continue to strive to be all that you can be. Your success shouldn't just end here. It shouldn't end today. Keep pushing, keep striving to be the best that you can be. Big things are awaiting you. So in essence, the easy part ends today, and the hard part begins tomorrow. Go out and make us all proud, because we are counting on you. Again, congratulations, 2021 graduates. And congratulations to all of your family and friends who supported you through the process. And I'm going to end where I started. And that is, congratulations, you did it. You did what a lot of others wish they could do. So again, thank you for having me and enjoy your success. But remember, tomorrow, the hard part begins.
Thank you so much, Judge Pittman. Well, each year the graduates ask for an educator to speak to them about what they have learned from the graduates. The instructor address is named in honor of Sister Lillian Flavin, who has been an adult education teacher for more than 30 years and still continues to inspire learners and teachers alike. Robin Goldblum, a New Orleans Public Library branch manager and Literacy Alliance of Greater New Orleans co-coordinator, will introduce the Sister Lillian Flavin Honorary Address Speaker.
Good morning.
About what they have learned from the graduates. The instructor address is named in honor of Sister Lillian Flavin, who has been an adult education teacher for more than 30 years and still continues to inspire learners and teachers alike. Robin Goldblum, a New Orleans Public Library branch manager and Literacy Alliance of Greater New Orleans co-coordinator, will introduce the Sister Lillian Flavin Honorary Address Speaker.
Good morning. Welcome, class of 2021. Today, we are here to celebrate you. You are on a great path as you've shown, most importantly, yourself.
Sister Lillian Flavin, who has been an adult education teacher for more than 30 years and still continues to inspire learners and teachers alike. Robin Goldblum, a New Orleans Public Library branch manager and Literacy Alliance of Greater New Orleans co-coordinator, will introduce the Sister Lillian Flavin.
Okay, I think I'm on. And I'll start again. Welcome, class of 2021. Today, we are here to celebrate you. You're on a great path as you've shown, most importantly, yourself and the world with your perseverance, willingness to push through life's challenges, embracing the time you have found to succeed in getting to where you are right now. Michelle Obama writes in her book, Becoming, for me, becoming isn't about arriving somewhere or achieving a certain aim. I see it instead as forward motion, a means of evolving a way to reach continuously toward a better self. The journey doesn't end. Your process of perseverance, willingness, and embracing your time and choices is on task, in motion, and you're perfectly right on. Your teachers, family, friends, and classmates have supported you through this experience, as well as those of us in the field of grit and determination, even if you didn't see us or know we were here rooting for you. The Literacy Alliance of Greater New Orleans, that's all of us, chooses someone who is recognized by his or her peers, who exemplifies the values and strengths necessary for success in the rewarding field of adult education as a profession and vocation. Today, I have the honor to introduce Dr. Amy Leggett. She will give our Sister Lillian Flavin honorary address, which was created after a discussion with students about what they want for their graduation ceremony. They requested that a teacher speaks about his or her work as a teacher in the adult education profession and their experiences with the learners they encounter. Dr. Amy Leggett is a versatile educator with a 15+ years of teaching experience. Moving back to Louisiana after a career in higher education, she chose a different path, finding adult education. She has served in her current position as site leader of the Delgado City Park campus in New Orleans for the last 5 years. From the start of her own educational journey, Amy has been drawn to teaching for its potential to impact communities. While working on her BA in French at Rhodes College in Tennessee, she volunteered for the Memphis Literacy Council, where she tutored adult readers and worked for the Memphis Council for International Visitors, planning educational visits for groups of community leaders sponsored by the U.S. State Department. During graduate school, Amy developed her adaptability within the teaching profession. She taught language and literature classes to undergraduates, as well as English as a second language to French high school students in an immigrant neighborhood of Paris. After completing her PhD in comparative literature in 2015, she continued teaching for the University of Oregon as a postdoctoral fellow, while also looking for opportunities to work in education in New Orleans. She transitioned into adult education through an AmeriCorps year with the Youth Empowerment Project, and then joined her present team within the Division of Delgado Adult Education at Delgado Community College. Currently, Amy is supporting students and teachers during the transition back to campus, continuing to teach online and design curriculum, and looking forward to leading in-person classes again in all of the skills that students come to adult education to learn. Please welcome Dr. Leggett.
Thanks, Robin. Hi, everyone. I'm just imagining all of your faces out there, big expressions of pride in what you've accomplished, graduates, that panorama of joy that you all deserve to have surrounding you today. I want that so hard for you. But what an amazing thing that we can all be here, distinguished guests among us, creating this special moment for our graduates. When I said yes to speaking today, the thought in my mind was, I'm gonna screw up. Now, this sounds like the most wrong mindset to have, but it's actually what reassured me, because I recognized a familiar feeling. This is the way I feel every time I step into the classroom with my plan. I'm gonna screw up. I begin class knowing that at some point, I'm gonna have to try again and try differently. And I can do this. I have learned how to do this because of what you, adult learners, show up with, and that is persistence. Adult education is putting persistence to work. The adult ed classroom is a secure space where you can focus on finding your own ways of getting unstuck. This applies to math procedures, essay prompts, English pronunciation, computer tasks, whatever the learning objective for that hour may be. But the real magic of adult education is that with practice, your persistence becomes the way. It's a unique privilege of my position to witness the flash of persistence when students choose to come to adult education. Graduates, I don't know if you remember the day you decided to get back into school, but in that moment, you were already doing something extraordinary. You recognized that you wanted more choices for yourself, and that everything that had limited your choices in the past has given you the strength to go after what's possible in the future. You had to peel off these stuck labels: too late, too old, too much going on, out of school so long, English not good enough, quit school, got off track, train left the station, etc. And instead, you had to start believing that you can go on your way, that you will forge a path forward. Instead of thinking that not finishing school when and where and how you were supposed to was some kind of life sentence, you chose to write your own story. It's not about being on time. This is your right time. And what a crazy time you chose to keep moving towards your future. The world shut down and you didn't stop. So now, on top of everything else you've pushed through, be it illness or caregiving, having to work too many jobs, having to take too many buses, having people or systems fail to support you or outright harm you, whatever the life circumstances that you've kept yourself swimming through, you just completed your educational goal during a pandemic. That's an accomplishment that people need to hear about as long as y'all are here on this earth to tell about it. And let me tell you this, because you refuse to give up, to just wait it out, You inspired others to keep going through uncertain times and to keep working at doing better. The educators in your corner had to step up and figure out how to meet you where you were. This is the power of your persistence at work. All of this is to say, you can be sure that no matter the circumstances, you can keep going, keep growing, and lifting up the people around you. You are living proof of the change that we can make when we don't give up on ourselves or each other. You show others what is possible, and just that spark is enough to light up someone else and start a transformation. I want you all to have a nice quote to take away from your graduation. So I'm calling in one of the most impactful leaders of our time here, Stacey Abrams, who tells us this. Remember this in the darkest moments, when the work doesn't seem worth it and change seems just out of reach. Out of our willingness to push through comes a tremendous power. Use it. I want you to take all of this in and honor how far you've come, and then get on to what's next. Because whatever it is, even if you're not sure what that is yet, you have what it takes already, and our world needs more of it. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you so much, Dr. Leggett. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the Delgado class of 2021. Melissa Alborn, Adasamine Allen, Cornisha Blackwell, Amber Blanchard, Shanae Braggs, Jerry Brown, Gabrielle Bui, Kenny Calderon, Ashley Castro, Talia Dahan, Neri Delgado, Devon Doty, Martha Fortunal, Henry Hornbrook, Angela Hunt, Rebecca Glenn, Rochelle Gould, Demaria Jackson, Alexis Jean, Andrea Laurent, Michael LeCourt, Jovan Lewis, Tawana Lewis, Madeline Majors, Tori Manger, Austin Martin, Tiffany Martin, Emily Morange, John Dale Morris, Tina Muse, Emerson Neves, Angel Osborne, Lorraine Pearson, Jamie Perez, Seth Piku, Rohini Ramasar, Nisreen Saleh, Flodrika Tassin,
Good morning. Hi, my name is Flodrika Tassin, and it's an honor to be here to celebrate one of the most important goals in my life. I would like to thank my two beautiful daughters for motivating me to become a better human being, my family and friends for their love and support, the teachers, the staff at Delgado Community College. Thank you so much for the love and support. And I also want to congratulate all the graduates of class 2021. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. And again, congratulations to all of the graduates of 2021. And now it is time for us to have a musical performance. And, well, got a few more graduates here. Here we go. Mirana Terran, Carla Valdez, Melissa White, Christina Williams, Yuhan Zan. And now we can formally again congratulate the graduates from Delgado Community College. And now let's get to that musical performance that I alluded to. We'll have a song by Jonathan Freelich and Stu Odom.
Yep, there we go. Each time I bring you a kiss, I hear music divine. Bésame, bésame mucho. Hold me, my darling, and say you'll always be mine. This joy is something new, my arms are holding you. I never knew this thrill before. Whoever thought I'd be holding you close to me, whispering, it's you I adore. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho. Come here, my darling, let me put this big old kiss right on your face. Blow 'em kisses, Jonathan. Bésame, bésame mucho. Each time I bring you a kiss, I hear music divine. Bésame, bésame mucho. Hold me, my darling, and say that you'll always be mine. This joy is something new, my arms. Yes, they're holding you. I never knew this thrill before. Whoever thought I'd be holding you close to me, whispering, it's you I adore. Bésame, bésame mucho. Como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho. Come here, my darling, let me put this big kiss right on your face. I say, come here, my darling, let me put this big old kiss right on your face. On your face. Gracias. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Muy bueno. Gracias. Thanks so much, Jonathan and Stu. And now here to offer congratulatory remarks is New Orleans City Council person Cindy Nguyen from District E.
Good morning. Good morning, Clark. How are you? Thank you so much for having me here. Well, first of all, salute to the graduates of 2021. Congratulations on all your hard work. I'm really honored to be here to share the congratulatory among all of my peers and leaders in our community. This should not be the end of it. This should be the beginning of a very successful journey. And again, congratulations. You guys keep it up. And extremely honored to be here with you guys and to celebrate with you on your success. And again, class of 2021, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Nguyen. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the graduates from St. Vincent de Paul Adult Learning Center. Kent Brown. Williman Hardy.
William Hardy. I to attend college, Congratulatory Community College. There's some amazing teachers and students and all to help each other and learning, achieving their goals. Don't give up. God bring you to it. God will bring you through it.
Is it Elizabeth Scalan?
My name is Elizabeth Scallon. My future plans or goals is I want to go to Delgado for nursing. My favorite part about studying here was that we all help each other and they make it really comfortable for you. The advice that I would give you is to just go for it and try and do it. It's not as hard as you think it is. And they all help you here, so you'll get it done.
Adrian Smith.
My name is Adrian Smith. My future goals are to become a medical and billing technician. My favorite part about studying here was that I became part of the family along with the volunteer staff and students. My advice to those that are still out there trying to get their high school diploma is to never give up, keep pushing, and at the end, everything will become rewarding.
All right, once again, let's congratulate the graduates from St. Vincent de Paul Adult Learning Center. And now we will have a speech here coming up by Angel Gaines. She is a 2021 graduate of YEP Educates. Well, it appears that Angel's camera or her mic there is muted. So what we will do, we will move on here now and go on and present the certificates to the graduates from YEP Educates. Oh, she's back now. Okay, fantastic. Angel, looks like we can hear you now.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Angel Gaines. I am 43 years old with 4 kids. My journey started with YEP some years ago. I found YEP through years of searching for a school to attend to get my GED. When I started YEP, I had done years at Delgado, but my search led me back to the place I first started. Back in 2003, the HiSET email building located in Algiers. YEP has helped me over the years, and with those years, I met some wonderful people. Ms. Wanda, for starters. Ms. Wanda, my teacher at YEP, believed in me from the start. Ms. Wanda always let me know what I was capable of. When my dad got sick, I informed Ms. Wanda of my dad's condition. My dad had cancer, and over the years, his cancer had gotten worse. The years of going to YEP, my life had its ups and its downs. My attendance was uncertain and my life had been complicated. One of my reasons for hanging in there was my dad. I always told my dad I had a goal to complete my GED by the time my kids finished high school. And just before he passed away in October 2019, that's when I started and my confidence started to complete on getting my GED. So there was my push. On June 9, 2021, I passed my last test to get my HiSET diploma. I want to thank the staff at YEP for being my rock and my dad for being with me in spirit to make sure I finished my journey. On June 22nd, 2021, my dream had finally became a reality. I finally got my HiSET. So if I can say anything encouraging, please don't ever give up, no matter how life ends. Thanks to God and to everyone who made this day possible. Ms. Wanda for keeping me grounded, and YEP Educates for giving me the outlet to have somewhere to come and continue my education.
And now here are the YEP Educates graduates. Very, very nice video. And we congratulate the graduates from YEP Educates. Joshua Allen. Gerald Anderson. Marcus Buford. Gordon Everett Bueller. Christopher Cansine. Akeem Davis. Phil Dees, Akil Dennis, Dorian Fitzgerald, Ashley Flott, Edward Fried, Angel Gaines, Demi Guidry, Alyssa Henderson, Thomas Hyde, Anastasia Jones, Destiny Jones, Caleb Keller, Remy McCarter, Rise McLellan, Bryce Petit, Ishmael Raouf, Miriam Rising Walker, Leo Schaefer, Jordan Strayhorn, Shabria Turner, Gianna Tutrone, Carla Valdez, Dennis Warren, Savoy Wiggins, Jordan Winderweedle, Elijah Young. Once again, let's congratulate the graduates from YEP Educates for 2021. Congratulations. And now it's time to hear from our keynote speaker today. It will be given by Dr. Nick R. Robinson. He was a 9th grade dropout. He later earned his GED and graduated from the University of the District of Columbia. He went on and graduated from the creative writing programs, first from Florida Atlantic University in 2009, where he earned an MFA, and later at the University of Missouri in 2016, where he earned a PhD. Dr. Robinson's award-winning work has been published widely, and he is currently an assistant professor of English at Claflin University. Dr. Robinson.
Thank you for that terrific introduction, Harold. I also want to thank the organizers of this esteemed event, Dr. Megan Holt, the Literary Alliance of Greater New Orleans, and One Book One New Orleans. And I want to congratulate the parents of the graduates, the brothers and sisters, the friends, all the aunts and uncles, because this is your day too. Of course, I especially want to congratulate the students that make up the graduating class of 2021. I'm referring to all of you graduates across Greater New Orleans, graduates at Hope House, Delgado Community College, Youth Empowerment Program Educates, and Vincent DePaul Adult Learning Center. Congratulations to you all. I'm so honored to be here with you this morning. This is a special day for me as well, because I also earned a high school equivalency diploma back in the day. My GED, which is what we called it at the time, led me to a university undergraduate degree and corporate jobs at IBM and Microsoft Corporation, and eventually to a master's degree and a PhD, and now a profession as a university professor. From that description, you might imagine that my journey has been winding and extensive, and it has been. And as you are about to start the second half of your life, as you're about to start your journey, I'm going to be sharing some of my own learnings that might help you. As you have heard from my bio, I grew up in an orphanage, a notorious place called Junior Village for mostly homeless or parentless African-American children. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, I am mixed race African-American. It was a place that was in existence for a century and a quarter, from 1848 to 1973. So long ago that when it opened, it was called the Industrial Home for Colored Children. Back in 1971, when I was 14 and living there, yes, I am old, there was a famous series in the Washington Post newspaper laying out the atrocities in that orphanage that became a catalyst for its closure in 1973. Without getting into some of those details laid out in the Post, let me just say it was an accomplishment to just survive that experience, let alone to prosper afterwards. So I'm writing a book about all of that today. Many people who read published sections of that book often ask me how I did it, how I survived that experience to become the person I am today. And I had to think to myself, how did I do it? Well, my doing it started with reading, which grew and expanded to more formal education. At about 6 or 7, I started reading comic books, the same ones that you read today, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, which evolved to reading novels. Some of my favorite novels were Ian Fleming's 007 novels about the secret agent James Bond and his adventures. And what I loved about those books was that they transported me from that savage world of the orphanage with all of its violence and drug abuse to this adventurous world of James Bond, this tuxedo-clad dude hanging out with beautiful women and driving fast cars in exotic locations, London and Paris and Moscow. These books let me know about, allowed me to dream about other possibilities. And 3 of my 4 bits of advice are related to my early years of reading and dreaming. 1, dare to dream about a future which might seem beyond you today. Then 2, come up with a goal for that future, no matter how far-fetched it may seem. To be an astronaut, a millionaire businessman or woman, president of something or the other, or even to be the next Barack Obama or Kamala Harris. And no matter what happens, keep working towards that dream. And 3, because you will fall, you will fail. When you do, get up, dust yourself off, and keep going. Before I get to my last life suggestion, I want to ask you new graduates a few questions. And I want you to think about these. I know some of the answers because I've listened to some of you today, but are any of you late bloomers? That is to say, have you seemed to have gotten a late start in life? Are there any among you who have children to feed and care for as you make your way through life? Have any of you quit school or a job because life seemed unmanageable? To get a job or into a relationship you felt was beyond your capacity. Has anyone lied to make that happen? Have any of you been put down by the people you respect and love, been told by them that you were a loser, a failure? If any of you have had any of these experiences, you're not alone. I quit high school in 9th grade, quit 3 high schools to be exact. I got kicked out of a fancy college prep school for adjustment problems in 9th grade. My next school was a famous one, DC's Dunbar, the first all African American high school in the nation and named after the famous poet, Paul Laurence Dunbar. Because I was being picked on and bullied, I quit that school too, also in 9th grade. So authorities sent me to a boys' home in a city called McKeesport, Pennsylvania. When I ran away from that home, ran away from that city, I ran away from 9th grade in that high school too. And I lived on the streets of Washington, D.C. as a runaway from the age of 16 on. When I finally decided to get my GED, I was 21 years old and in a troubled relationship with a young lady who had just birthed our baby son. I had a job as a bank teller that I lied to get, and from which I was fired when they discovered I'd lied. After getting my GED, I applied for and was awarded a 4-year academic scholarship to one of the most prestigious universities in Washington, D.C., American University. Then I flunked out of AU because I was so preoccupied with meeting girls and being a player. I married that girl who had my baby and failed in that marriage for the same reason I failed AU. So it's no exaggeration to say that I was a late bloomer and an early failure. And because I was, the people surrounding me, many of them said I would end up a failure. Supposed friends, teachers, counselors, family, which brings me to my number 4 suggestion. Never let anyone convince you that you are worthless, that you are less than anyone else. To add to this, be the hero of your own life story. Let me tell you just a bit more of this life story of this late bloomer, this early failure. As I said, I was 21 when I got my GED. I spent the next 9 years working to earn my university degree. I was 30 years old when I graduated from another university, the University of DC, a historically Black university. And I was 30 when I got my first professional job as a marketing representative at IBM Corporation. I spent the next 2 decades climbing the corporate ladder. 20 years later, at 50, I was the director of services strategy for Microsoft Latin America, an organization of more than 3,000 people. In April of that year, 2006, I quit that executive position. Why? Because I wanted and needed to write a book about growing up in that orphanage, and I couldn't do it working 90 hours a week. So instead, I wrote 90 hours a week that summer of 2006. In August, at the end of the summer, I sat down to read those 200 pages I'd written. It was the worst thing I had ever read, and I'd read a lot. So I asked myself, what the heck am I going to do? I've quit my high-paying job to write a book only to learn I can't write. So I found a writing class at a college up the street, Florida Atlantic University. 3 classes and a year and a half later, I decided to make those classes count by getting a second degree, a Master of Fine Arts. And after that, I knew I still had a lot to learn about writing. So I pursued a 3rd degree, a PhD. Those degrees were purely accidental, a consequence of being determined to write that book about the orphanage I grew up in. I was 60, 10 years later, when I graduated from the University of Missouri's PhD program. PhDs in liberal arts at the time were a dime a dozen. And the odds were, I was told, I would not get a university teaching job. Those jobs went to the ambitious young PhDs. That's what I was told. I ended up getting 2 tenure-track university job offers. Today, at 65, I'm widely published and an award-winning author, and I'm just finishing up that book I started 15 years ago. And who knows what the future holds, because I feel like I'm just beginning the third act of my life as an author, a teacher, a scholar. As I'm wrapping up, I want to reiterate those 4 life suggestions I made to you. 1, dare to dream about a future which might seem beyond you today. 2, come up with a life goal, a dream, a life strategy to happiness, not success, happiness, because happiness is success. When you fail, get up and keep going, and be the hero of your own life story. In closing, I want to urge you to think about and act on the next step after your graduation. Think about it today, not tomorrow. And the next steps will be different for each of you. There is no right choice, no one right strategy. Have a dream, think about how you will get to that dream, and then act on it. Some of you will start off as firemen or women, dishwashers, police officers, librarians, garbage men, government and restaurant workers. Some of you will eventually be scientists and teachers and lawyers. Some of you will be work-at-home moms and dads. And when you think you've settled into that one role that you've been working toward, you'll probably end up in another. Whatever you end up doing, do it with pride and excellence. For those of you who aspire to colleges and universities, again, do it sooner rather than later. Universities want you. Colleges want you. Forgive my blatant self-advertising when I say that my university, Claflin University, a top 10 historically Black university, is looking for the next business and academic and technology leaders. And that means we want you. And no, you don't have to be African American to attend an HBCU. Feel free to get information about Claflin at claflin.edu. They have contact points on the site if you want to speak to someone in person, or contact me directly at nrobinson@claflin.edu. Whatever you decide to do, your first act is over. Welcome to your second and third and fourth acts. Welcome to the best years of your life. Congratulations, graduates.
Dr. Robinson, thanks so much for sharing your inspirational story. We really appreciate it. And now we move on to YMCA Education Services, and we congratulate our sole graduate from that program. Alexis Jean, congratulations to you. All right, we will continue with our congratulatory remarks. We'll have the president of the National Council of Jewish Women, Ms. Gail Fenton-Pesses. She's a licensed clinical social worker and a member of several community organizations. Gail.
Thank you very much. Good morning, graduates, your spouses, partners, children, families, and friends. I thank you for inviting me to speak at this important occasion. I was thinking of what lofty ideals or quotes I could speak about and share with all of you today so that I could positively impact your life, as well as maybe make myself look smarter. After searching my head in the various rabbit holes of the internet, I kept coming back to the one that is written on a plaque on the wall above my desk. Just keep swimming. Do you recognize it? Cute but befuddled Dory mutters that to herself throughout the movie Finding Nemo. Even after setback, Dory continues this refrain, leading Nemo's father into and through dangers and other challenges, in their quest to find Nemo. She doesn't give up. As a result, Nemo is saved, and the three of them make it back home safely, where they live happily ever after, at least until Dory wanders off and can't recall how to get back home again. Just keep swimming. It's how most of you arrived at this day. The obstacles and disappointments in your path have made completing your high school education often seem hopeless and next to impossible. But you persevered, you pressed on, you juggled work schedules and family responsibilities and kept going. You not only made it here, you have inspired the people around you to take on similar challenges. You help plant hope in others' lives by what you have accomplished. Just keep swimming. When the pandemic threatened to undo all you had been working on, you didn't quit. You pushed yourself to master Zoom and other online tools to continue your education. And when those feelings of hopelessness, which we all occasionally had over the last 15 months, tried to take root in your brain and body, you managed to keep going, to keep swimming until you got to the finish line. Today, your graduation. We are in awe of you and so proud to be able to celebrate with you today. But you are not truly finished. You didn't think I would let you off that easily, did you? Now you need to take the determination that got you here and apply it to the next step. Professional training, college, trade school, a better job. Only you can make that decision. Be brave, be bold when you make that next step. Look inside yourself and find that unique place you want your next escapade in the water to lead to. Keep swimming. With hard work and perseverance, as well as kindness and compassion, you will reach that next goal and have your happily ever after. On behalf of the National Council of Jewish Women, Greater New Orleans section, I congratulate you on your success and look forward to many more great things from you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gail, and for all of the great work that your organization does. And now here for our final congratulations. In addition to all of the graduates who are superstars, here are two superstars. We have our event co-chairs, Robin Goldblum, whom you met earlier, from the Literacy Alliance of Greater New Orleans, and Dr. Megan Holt, representing One Book, One New Orleans. All the graduates who are superstars, here are two superstars. We have our event co-chairs.
Hello, everyone. Robin, you may want to mute.
From the Literacy Alliance of Greater New Orleans.
Not your entire thing. I think you're watching on a lag. So while Robin gets that echo off of her computer, go ahead and unmute yourself whenever you get a chance. I'll go ahead and say thank you. Robin, you are still muted. I'll go ahead and say thank you to everyone. I have ugly cried in the best way 3 times already, and I cannot tell you how inspirational this event has been. Thank you so much to all of you who are watching at home. You all have been cheering the graduates on in the comments section, and I know some of you have been cheering them on in real life as well. It has been a joy to watch your energy and your love coming through the screen during this graduation. Thank you also to everyone who participated in the graduation. Every speaker, Candace behind the scenes, every graduate, every educator, thank you so much for the time and the work and the effort that you put in to making this event a success. A special thanks to the educators. Robin and I have a really easy job as co-chairs of this event. All we have to do is put everything together and hope it runs smoothly. But the educators have the hard job. The educators have to make sure that we have graduates at this event. And they cannot do that without all of the work, without calling students at their house when they don't show up, without encouraging them if they fail a portion of the HiSET, without showing up to class day after day after day and making sure that their students have the tools to succeed. So if you are an adult educator, my hat goes off to you, because without you, there would be no graduation. And speaking of this hat, a lot of you all know that I would not be wearing it if my mom had not decided to pursue a GED back in the day before I was born. And so I know for a fact that you all, the graduates, have changed not only your own lives, but you've changed your family's circumstances for generations. So graduates, on behalf of your families and your children and your children's children, even if they're not born yet, thank you so much for your work, because everything they will be is thanks to you. And I cannot wait to see you all in 2022 in person. And I'm going to get off this screen before I start crying again. See, I'm getting verklempt already. I'm going to get off this screen before I start crying, and I'm going to turn it back over to Robin. Have a great one. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Hi, you all. We are all on a learning trajectory, and you, the graduates, are leading the way. We are watching and listening to see what you will show us and tell us. Knowledge is power. Be kind to yourselves. Be mindful. Roads are bumpy out here in the world, as you know. Let them teach you to be mindful. You may need to stop, think, change direction sometimes, and sometimes you may want to move straight over the bumps. Like Dr. Robinson, I was a late bloomer. I found my path late in life and now live my dream of being a librarian. Come find me if you think this field might be a good one for you too. Like Adrian Smith, a new graduate, says, never give up. Thanks everyone for all of your hard work, your participation, passion, determination, and support that everyone is showing today. It's been a great day. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Dr. Holt, and also thanks to you as well, Robin. And we are here finally to close out the 14th annual Greater New Orleans Adult Education Graduation. Again, it's been my pleasure to serve as host here for the 14th straight year. Look forward to seeing you all live in 2022. And to close this out, we welcome musician Micah McKee.
Someone lived the dream, someone just like me. The dance floor is open wide and empty. So here at the end, are you stranger, are you friend? Come on, don't you wanna dance with me? You were waiting for this moment to see all the things you wanted to see. It's you and me crossing the road to meet our destiny. Well, I don't think I'm ready. No, I don't think I'm ready to give up. I gotta feel it on my own. I don't know when, but I know my time is coming. I'm weightless and steady as a stone. stop me. Come on, I just gotta let you know you were waiting for the moment to see all the things you wanted to see. It's just you and me crossing the road to meet our destiny. Well, I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm ready to give up. I gotta feel it on my own. It's just you and me crossing